Okay, today we're going to be doing a felting Christmas project, and this is pretty good for children of all ages, even adults. It's really fun, and I think you're going to like it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut two pieces of felt of the same color. I only have one here, but there is a second one. And you're also going to need some circles out of felt, and for this I use the holiday stocking die in the holiday mini catalog, Stampin' Up, and this is the circles number 2 die, and I used red felt for that. And you can use any type of felt, it just really depends on the results that you would like. This is felt from the craft section, and this is a little bit better quality felt from the fabric department of the same store. So I like the little bit better quality if your adult's going to be doing it, but if it's just kids, you might want to just use the felt sheets that you get in the craft department. Okay, with that being said, there's several ways you can do this. If you go to the craft store, you're going to find several different tools that you can felt with. Small children, I would just give them some glue and let them stick these on there and let it dry, and then they're finished. A little bit older child may enjoy something like this. This is a felting tool by Style 6, I believe is the manufacturer of this one. And it's good because it's safe. It protects their little fingers, and you don't have to worry about them injuring themselves. But it does say for ages 8 and up. So for the smaller ones, still, I would stick with the glue. This is a good tool. Now, if you're older teenagers, I would say maybe 14 or 15, if you really trust them, then I would say they can use the technique that we're going to use today. Let me show you some of the other things you can get. This is just a foam, styrofoam block, and you can usually get these felting needles with it, and you can't really tell by looking at it, but they have little barbs on the shaft here, and that's what actually pushes the felt through one piece into the other piece. You do not want to stick yourself with this. Don't ask me how I know. So with that being said, this is not my favorite method. There is another tool that I use, and if I can figure out where I put it. Okay. This is a felting tool by Clover, and it has like a safety on it, and this one has 5 needles, and this is the one that you wanted to use. You're going to cover a lot more ground with this, and it's going to go a lot faster for you. And this also locks, so if you if you need to, you can lock it and then unlock it for protection. It also comes apart, and you can take those needles out and take that apart and replace the needles if you need to, things like that. Now with that, you also need a mat. This is like a brush mat. It's by the same company, and I also like to use this 3-in-1 tool. You can hold things in place. This also is good for wool roving, which I'll show you in a minute. And this is actually the part that you can use to clean out the mat. So that comes in really handy, because these will get dirty. So to get started, I'm just going to, let's see, lay my felt piece here, and then I'm going to decide where I want to put my circles. Let's see, I like the larger circle up here, the medium circle, and let's see what I've done. Just kind of spread it around, like lots of little circles. And then when you get everything the way you want it, let's see here, just kind of lay them on here. Then take your tool, and you're going to go straight up and down, and what this does is this is going to just tack the two pieces of felt together, and then if you just do it lightly, this is what it will look like on the back, and that just kind of holds it in place when until you figure out where everything is going to go. And you're just going to tack all your pieces down till you get them where you want them. Okay, now I'm going to move on. Let's see, I'll show you what it's like to do one piece. Those are tacked on. This is one, and I'm just going to keep working this. Now what felting does is actually meshes the two pieces together, and you get the appearance of just a really high quality looking felt. It doesn't look printed, it looks literally like it's woven together, because it is. And each circle we're going to do probably about anywhere for about 60 seconds, maybe a little longer. And you're just going to keep working that and working that until you get all the edges down and everything. And then when you pull it up, it actually looks like it's one piece. And then this is what it will look like on the back. So if you can see that. So this is what it looks like when you just kind of tack down, but this is when it's actually when you're pretty much finished. If you don't have any of the green showing through like on this one, then you know that it's done pretty well. This one, you can see it's done sort of around the edges, and there's nothing right here. I would really need to go back and work that. So you do that with all your pieces. Very easy. Just keep going until you get everything where you want it. Then, when you're finished, I'm going to set this one aside. And this is what this would look like when it was finished. This is the front, and you can see little holes or little divots as you look at it, but that's okay. And this is what it'll look like on the back. And I could go in and do a little bit more here, but I don't think it's necessary. It looks like it's holding really well. I trimmed off the edges, and I trimmed a little outside of the edge, just so when I iron it, I have the option of going back and trimming that off more. So this is what it looks like. Then take this to the iron and spritz it with water, and then I used a pressing cloth on mine, and I put my iron on a wool setting, and I just ironed it quickly and set it aside. And when you do that, you get a much more finished appearance, and I'll show you the difference. This is the exact same thing, except this one has been ironed, and then I've finished, added some ribbon and bling to it. But I don't know if you can tell the difference on camera, but this one looks much more finished, because when you heat it and spray it with water and you heat it with the iron, all those little divots come out, and it just really looks real professional. And I do mine on the back side first, and then I flip it over and I iron the front side as well. But I do use a pressing cloth. So with that being said, of course, I just showed you, this is the finished one. What I did is I took a second piece and I just glued it around the edges and glued it together. And this is really good. You could put like a gift card in there. You could put cash in there. That's what my husband calls the universal gift card. And you could put silverware in there and put it on your dining room table. It's really cute. I bought some little chocolate candy that was covered in black foil, and it's like, looks like coal. So I'll probably do something along the lines of, you know, you don't get anything but coal for Christmas or something like that. So this is one. I'll show you some of them that I've been working on. And these are not totally finished, but you'll get the idea. So this was one. I did the same one for the Dalmatian lover in the family. Black and white polka dots. This is really fun. This one's a little more modern. It's like a charcoal with some bright colors on there. You don't have to do circles. This one I have done in red and white. Looks kind of Scandinavian. That is very popular this year. And I used the snowflake die. And I think it's snowflake number 2 die. And it's not, you don't see as much of the snowflake on the back, but you just kind of see a hint of it. So that's in red and white, which is very popular right now. Here's a blue and white one. And then I also use the Stocking Accents die that's in the Holiday Mini. And I made one with holly and berries on it. And then this one I used a much heavier quality wool felt. This is 1 layer. It's very thick. And this would be really pretty as a gift, on a gift bag or on the Christmas tree. And it's not, I don't even have this made into a pocket. I just thought it would be really pretty because it's so thick and just really plush. Let me just show you real quickly one more thing. If you want to take that all a step further, you can actually get the wool roving. And this is called wool roving. And what you do is you can use the tool that I showed you and kind of just spread out your wool roving, and then you take a piece of it, and I will show you on this one that I was working on just real quickly. What it does, it really just makes it, I don't know, looks even more professional, and you just kind of work it around, work it in, and I just do it right over top of the circle that I already have going, and I just keep working it, and I go a lot slower, and if you want to be really careful here because you don't want to stab yourself, but I just keep working it and just kind of picking up those fibers and pushing them toward the center until I get the effect that I desire. But this looks a lot fluffier, and it's just really pretty. And I have one, I work that, but you don't want to work it too much, but you do want to work it a little bit. And you can tell the difference between one that has the wool roving and the one that doesn't. And that's just if you want to make it even higher quality, like for a very nice dinner party or something like that. But you can see the difference. Here is one, I think, nope, this is the one that is just the felt, and this is the one with the wool roving. And you can see it's just, I don't know if you can tell that on camera or not, but this is just much nicer. Just really nice and thick and just feels really good. This one's fine. And for the kids or just for, you know, an inexpensive project, this is just great. But this is just a step above, and worth the time and the effort if you really enjoy doing the felting. There's also like a machine, it's called the Embellisher machine, and it literally does the same thing that this does, but it does it like 100 times per, I won't say per second, like per minute or something like that. So it's much faster, and you can do like large projects with it. But I think it's around $300. I kind of looked at one, didn't buy one. I looked at one online. But, you know, for the money and just for the amount of time, I don't do that much felting, so I really felt like this was the best value to buy these. So that's it for today, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you soon.